Good morning, students. Our today's topic is electrostatic potential energy due to a system of charges. As we know that potential energy is the energy of any object due to its particular position. So, when a system of charges, that is, various charges, are bringing from infinity to their respective position, then the total amount of work done on them is stored in form of its electrostatic potential energy. So we can write here the electrostatic potential energy may be defined as the total amount of work done in bringing the various charges to their respective position. From where? From infinitely, from infinity. So for example, if we bring a charge q at some point, say p, then amount of work done in bringing that charge to this position is called its potential energy. Now if we want to bring another charge, okay, from infinity to some other point, say q here, so the amount of work should be done on that, and the sum of these two work done is called the potential energy of this system of charges. So for this, let us consider first case. First case is that the potential energy, or we can say it electrostatic potential energy for a system of two charges, system of two charges. Let there is two charges, say q1 and q2, which are at infinity. Say firstly these charges are at infinity. Okay, so firstly, if we bring this charge from infinity to a point, say at point p, let this is a positive charge q1, and the position vector of say point p1 is r1, okay, from some origin o. As there is no previous charge in this system, so in order we say that q1 is moving in a free space, and in free space, for the moving of charge there need not be a work to do. Okay, so we can say in bringing the charge q1 at point p, the work done must be equal to 0. Okay, that is why we can say for bringing the first charge in free space, the energy of point p due to moving of this charge is 0. Now as there is a charge, then around this charge there is some electric field. Okay, so now if you bring some another charge to near its, or we can say in the region of electric field of charge q1, then there must be some force of attraction or repulsion due to electric field, and hence a small work is to be done on that charge. So we bring a charge from infinity to say at a position q. Okay, say let q has a displacement vector, or we can say a position vector r2. Okay, so the charge is bringing from infinity to point q, that charge is say q2. Okay, so now there should be some work done on that charge to bring at position q, and this work done is depend upon the potential of point q. Now as the distance between point p and q is, say it is a displacement vector represented by r12. Okay, 1 to 2. So we know that the work done on charge q2 must be equal to the potential at q multiplied by the charge q2. So the potential at point q must be equal to that due to this charge, okay, that must be 1 by 1 4 pi epsilon naught into the charge q1 upon that r12, okay, multiply by this charge q2. Okay, now this work done is say represented by w2. So w2 must be equal to 1 upon 4 pi epsilon naught q1 q2 upon r12. Say it is equation second, or say it is equation first. Now the total work done in bringing the two charges is the sum of w1 and w2. So total work done must be, say, w, which is equal to w1 plus w2. So here it is 1 plus 4 pi epsilon naught q1 q2 upon r12, and this work done is stored in the form of its potential energy. So u must be equal to 1 upon 4 pi epsilon naught q1 q2 upon r12. Say it is equation number third. Okay, now if we proceed this process to n number of charges, say we consider the another case, that is potential energy for a system of n charges. Okay, let there are n number of charges bringing into their respective position, that is n charges. Okay, so now we know that for the first charge, work done is 0. For the second charge, work done, that is w2 must be equal to this 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught q1 q2 upon r12. Say it is equation 4, it is equation 5. And now similarly, if we bring a third charge, say at this position, say position r, then the work done on this charge, say it is charge q3, depend upon the potential of the point r, and the potential of point r is due to potential due to charge q1 and potential due to charge q2 and their sum. So let the position of point r with respect to point p is, say it is the displacement r1 2 3, and with respect to q2 it is, say, this position, say r2 2 3. Okay, so we know that work done on third charge must be equal to the potential at r into q3, and the potential of r must be given by 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught. Potential at r is the sum of potential due to q1 and the potential due to q2. So it may be write as 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught q1 upon r13 plus q2 upon r23, as this one is the potential due to q1 and 1 by 4 epsilon naught q2 upon r2 is the potential due to second charge. Further it is multiplied by charge q3. So w3 must be equal to 1 upon 4 pi epsilon naught multiply with this q3, we get q1 q3 upon r13 plus q2 q3 upon r23. This, say it is equation next, say equation 6. Okay, similarly if we bring a fourth charge, say at here, with distances from one is r14, from second is r24, and from third it is r34. So we can write here the work done on fourth charge. Again it is potential into charge, that is potential into charge q4, and now it is represented by w4. The potential of that charge is 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught. It is q1 upon s r14 plus q2 upon r24 plus q3 upon r34 multiply by q4. And so the total work done due to force charge is 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught, and multiplying this q4 we get q1 q4 r14 plus q2 q4 on r24 plus q3 q4 upon r34. That is called equation number 7. Now the total work done is the sum of these works, say w1 plus w2 plus w3 plus w4. So we get here that is 0 plus w1, that is from equation 1, and then w2 is from equation say 5, that is 1 upon 4 pi epsilon naught into q1 q2 upon r12. Similarly w3 is 1 upon 4 pi epsilon naught into q1 q2 q3 upon r13 plus q2 q3 upon r23 plus 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught, that is w4 into q1 q4 r14 plus q2 q4 r24 plus q3 q4 r34. Now taken out common 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught, from this we get the work done, that is the potential energy of the system is 1 upon 4 pi epsilon naught multiplied by this q1 q2 upon r12 plus this q1 q3 upon r13 plus this q2, or we can write it q1 q4 upon r14 plus this q2 q3 upon r23 plus q2 q4 upon r24 plus q3 q4 r34. Okay, so it is equation 8. So this is the total potential energy of the system of 4 charges. Okay, so now if you proceed this process for n charges having position vectors r1 r2 r3 up to so on rn, so we can write this addition in terms of the summation, and this summation can be written as this one summation, say as there are two subscript q1 q2 like this, so we can write here I j goes from 1 to n into qi qj upon rij, okay, multiply by 1 by 2. Now one condition is more, that as there is no factor having the same subscript on the both charges, that is q1 q1 q2 q2 q3 q3, so we can write here that I must not be equal to j. Okay, so again we can write it as that if you have any confusion about this, Why we write here 1 by 2? As from the summation, it is clear that if we write, say, I is equal to 1, j is equal to 2. Okay, so for that, the factor becomes q1 q2 upon r12, say this factor. But if we proceed the further and we write that j is equal to 1, I is equal to 2, then the factor becomes j is equal to 1. It means it becomes q1, it becomes q2 upon r21, and this factor is comes before previous factor. Okay, there is no other factor like this. So we can write in this summation there are each pair comes twice. That is why we write here 1 by 2. That is, the 1 by 2 of this summation is become this equation, or we can say equation number 8. Okay, now further we can write this expression as that u must be equal to 1 by 2 and summation I goes from 1 to n. Here like that we take here qi. Okay, and another summation, that is j goes from 1 to n. Okay, and the remaining factor is 1 upon 4 pi epsilon naught, which is missing here, this factor. Okay, so we can write here 1 upon 4 pi epsilon naught. Okay, so 1 upon 4 pi epsilon naught, remaining factor is q j upon r I j. Okay, the same condition here, that I not equal to j. Okay, so if we see this factor, what is this? It is sum of the 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught q upon r. It means this is the sum of the potential due to charge qj, or we can say due to charges, system of charges at jth position, and the potential at point ri. Okay, so we can write this summation with a potential like vj, potential due to charges at jth position. Okay, and this factor remains as it is, that is 1 by 2 summation I goes from 1 to n qi. Here j grows from 1 to n, so we can write it as one subscript, that is either a or either I or j. So the potential energy is 1 by 2 summation, that is I goes from 1 to n qi vi. So the equation 9 is the total potential energy of the system of n charges. Okay, now as potential energy is a term of energy, so we can write the SI unit of potential energy is joule. So we can write here the SI unit of electrostatic potential energy is joule, as we know. Okay, but there are some other unit of energy which we discuss here, and this unit is, say, 1 electron volt. Okay, so 1 electron volt is also an energy, and which is clear from its name that it is the amount of energy gain or lost by the electron when moving through a potential difference of 1 volt. Okay, so 1 electron volt is the energy lost or gained by an electron when moving through a potential difference of 1 volt. So what is the value of this 1 electron volt in terms of joule? Okay, 1 electron volt must be written as 1 electron into 1 volt. 1 electron means the charge on an electron, that is 1.6 into 10 power minus 19 coulomb into 1 volt. Okay, as coulomb into volt when we written as joule, so it becomes 1.6 into 10 power minus 19 joule. Okay, so we can write 1 electron volt is equivalent to 1.6 into 10 power minus 19 joule of energy. Okay, some other units related with this electron volts are, say, 1 milli electron volt. Milli means 10 power minus 3 electron volt. That is becomes, when it multiplies with this, so we get 1.6 into 10 power minus 22 joule. Okay, similarly another one is 1 kilo electron volt. As we know that 1 kilo is 10 power 3 electron volt. That must be equal to this 10 power 3 multiplied with 19 is becomes 1.6 10 power minus 16 joule. Okay, 1 million or 1 mega electron volt. Okay, 1 mega electron volt means 10 power 6 electron volt. That is 1.6 into 10 power minus 13 joule. Okay, some other units, that's 1 giga, 1 tera electron volt also there. Okay, so this is all about the electrostatic potential energy. Thank you very much.